Hi guys, I hope that you had a good spring break and that you guys are all happy and healthy and spending time with your family and your pets. Um, we did a little bit last week and talked about the three different types of animal behavior. And this week we're going to talk about the two types of conditioning. And so there's two different types. There's classical conditioning, and this one is based on a stimulus or change in the environment that produces a response from the animal, but there's no thought behind it. So the animal does it without realizing that they're doing it. So an example of this is Pavlov's experiment that he did with the dogs. And he would present the dogs with food, and the dogs would salivate. And so he presented the dogs with food and rang a bell, and the dogs would salivate. And it eventually got to the point where he could ring the bell without actually presenting the dog food, and it would salivate. So the dog was classically conditioned to salivate upon the ringing of the bell. Operant conditioning is different. This is a stimulus or response that requires thought. And there's normally either consequences or a reinforcer that helps this animal come to the right conclusion. So this is somewhere where consequences are conditioning that animal's behavior. So the consequences could be something good, like when they say sit, I sit down and I get a treat. Or it could be consequences that are not good, like when I poop in the house, I get my nose rubbed in it and get spanked. So those are two examples of operant conditioning. So for this week, you guys are going to watch this short video. I'll have it up on Classroom. It talks about both classical and operant conditioning and goes over both Pavlov's and Skinner's experiments. And so what you're going to do is you're going to watch it, and you're in this box here. If you need more room, you can write in the speaker notes if you need to, or create a new slide. And you're just going to, in your own words, describe Pavlov's experiment and tell me how that is classical conditioning. Then for Thursday, you guys can watch about operant conditioning. And like we talked about, this is like teaching your dog to go to the bathroom outside. People use many different methods. Some people believe firmly in the consequences and they rub their nose in it and give them a spanking. And some people believe in only positive reinforcement and will give their dog a treat when it goes to the bathroom outside. And a lot of people use a combination of both. So I want you to watch this video on Skinner's experiments with the rats. And in the box below, I want you to describe it for me. So that's all I have for this week. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to send me a message on Classroom or send me an email. And this will be due Sunday, April 5th at midnight. So I hope you guys are having a great time, and I'll talk to you soon.